So I was about to press record about 10 minutes ago, but I was thinking, I'm going to die of thirst. So I went across the street to the Golden Arches. I'm at the YMCA now. And I got myself a water. And look, go Lions! It's a joke. It's nothing more than the WWE. And it got me thinking, this logo on here. You might still have your identity in sports because, it's like an escape. But it's a distraction. And I want to point to something that many of you may not have ever thought about. All right, you might be aware that it's like scripted for Vegas to make more like money and crap. But the people at the top print the money. It's not about money necessarily. It's about power, influence, deception from God, distraction. And when these professional sport teams, these dynasties start to arise, when your city or your state is doing well, it's a distraction from the puppet string pullers to infiltrate more laws. So all of a sudden, Michigan, now that Detroit is on the rise, everyone's like, oh my God, we're going to the Super Bowl. It's like, aren't you realizing that it's a distraction from the fact that they're bringing in tolls to the interstates of Michigan? They're bringing in new laws to take away our freedoms in Michigan. They're bringing in new infrastructure, bringing in more taxes to fix roadways and many more things. And people are like, I don't want to think about that. We're going to the Super Bowl. Our team's finally good. It's always been this way. Every city, there's a bigger agenda at play. And this is coming from someone that grew up idolizing sports. Always being told that I was like good at whatever I did in regards to sports. And, many leadership roles in all the sports that I played. And wow, thank God for opening my eyes to the fact that anything that can be bet on, which include, like if you go onto these sport betting websites, it includes political parties, it includes collegiate sports, it includes more than what you would expect, freaking NASCAR, horse racing and crap. Anything that's televised behind the scenes, Vegas is making the call. And, it's like, no wonder why the refs, these clowns in black and white Masonic clothing, are making sure the script goes along course. And you'd have to this is like so huge because people like think that they're awake, but they want to be attached to things and they don't want to understand the deeper truths because it's like an escape to them. They're like, well, the world is freaking chaos, but I want to be able to enjoy watching the NFL and the NBA. They build up these stars, superstars in these sports leagues to push in front of the people because these superstars have more influence over the people than the darn political parties. which is also, all a stage, right? So these influencers and these, athletes are propped up to push agendas through, and a lot of you guys know that, but it just got me thinking, I've spent a lot of time connecting the dots, and glory to God for putting the truth, out there through other people, that are waking people up to deeper truths and stuff, to detach from the world. But yeah, I wanted to start this video off with that. But the ego. I don't know if we can totally get rid of the ego. And we all evolve at different paces, and people get caught up on words. He said evolve. He said awakening. He's new age. Oh man, that's a stage too. Being scared of words. And you can justify that belief in your mind, as I did for a long time, afraid of anyone that mentioned certain things that in my mind I put into a certain box that was not of God, right? But we got to use words. We have to use words to get our point across. Anyways, glory to God. The gym is a funny place, and I want to make fun of the ego and the things, that I've caught in myself in growing up and in the recent past. Little subtleties of what most people of the world are still operating in, but they don't want to look at it. They don't want to be honest with themselves. Even after finding God and, hopping on the SR bandwagon, which is very useful and beneficial and necessary, anyways, even after being aware of so much more than the people that I've been around and of the world, I'd still catch myself seeking a dopamine rush to try to get attention from women, from hot girls. And the gym is a really funny place for this because everyone's doing it. And if you, walk with God and you have some level of awareness, and you seem to be on this you're on your spiritual growth and evolution is on a rocket ship. It's all sped up for you in this life. And everyone else is just, moving slow. Just, going about their life, learning things very slowly, right? So you exist and you're in these environments and you see the ego in everyone, and it's funny. And you see it because you've been able to introspect, to look at yourself and catch these things out in yourself, and to grow from it and be honest with yourself. It's just, there's a fakeness. There's a mask that everyone's wearing out in the world. And I'm just using the gym and like gym culture as an example. But you've got, okay, obviously like social media is pouring filth onto the youth and people that, you know, are trying to like improve, at least in the physical sense. So it's, everyone's so caught up in comparing themselves with the next person. Social media is making you feel like you're not all that if you don't have a six-pack and you're ripped and girls chasing after you. So people are walking around insecure, even if they have a really great physique. You've got the modern woman being told that she has the power, but it's how do I say it? You know what I mean. I love women. But modern gym chicks and modern gym bros walk around looking for that dopamine. They want to get attention, but they're scared of the attention at the same time. Like everyone's walking around like, oh, there's a girl. Like, hey, will you look at me? Oh, there's another one. How about you? Will you look at me? Like, they're thinking like, I want to know that they're looking at me, but I want to be so cool that I don't even look at them. I want to know though that they're looking at me. And maybe I'll give them a peek and act like I'm unfazed. That'll make me feel really good. That'll really make me feel good for the day. And both genders are doing this. And people are wearing like, all right, you got women wearing skin tight leggings. I'm not even knocking any of this, but I'm just pointing out what I see. Because we're all growing and God is working to try to wake people up. You got dudes being subject to the agendas from the puppet string pullers, going around wearing like short shorts all the time, becoming more feminine, wearing chains that are like chokers nowadays. You know, the ones that are like thick, but they like, they're not like down here, they're like around the neck. And you're like, it looks like a choker. It looks like some like, you know, anyways, moving on. People are so caught up in their image, and I used to do this too, like going around in sweatpants, making sure that you tuck the bottom of your sweatpants into your long socks, your long like Nike socks. It's like, why does everyone want to show off their socks? There's like new trends all the time. So have you noticed, like, it's mainly younger people going around wearing like short shorts, trying to show their legs, trying to do whatever they can to get attention. And And, it's even worse when they have, like, no legs or no definition to their legs, or they don't, like, work out. And you're just like, ooh, this young cat is going to have his heart broken. And he deserves it. Because he's going to learn. Glory to God. He's going to learn, eventually, as we all do, how to identify with the ego less and less. And social media, I was thinking about this morning too. You see all these pictures, right? Selfies. You never see a genuine smile. Like, think about it. You ever, like, scrolling or something and you see someone and they're, like, forcing a fake smile? Oh, wow, that looks authentic. Inspirational quote. I'm living life. Living life. Be like me. Or, And you're thinking, like, I wonder about the moments leading up to the actual snapshot of that photo and the moments after that. And the day following. Are they walking around all happy and joyful like that all day? Like, nothing's authentic. Nothing's authentic. That's why when you see content or an image that's authentic, that's like raw, you're like, oh, this is refreshing. It's not fake. There's no mask. I don't like taking pictures. In all these pictures, like growing up for the longest time, my mom, smile. We need a family picture. I'd be like this. Because I wasn't, and you see that all the time too. People that, like, you can just tell there's something inside of them. Maybe it's a level of awareness where they're thinking in their head, like, okay, I'm taking a picture. And they're just like, so you've got both extremes. And everyone, especially in these social media days, content creating days, you can see, glory to God, having this level of awareness where they're being fake to some extent, and you're just like, oh, you're like, I'm gonna hang around, I'm gonna be with them for a while and see if they grow. But a lot of times they don't. And it, like, it bothers you, and you're like, they're saying all the right things, but their actions are not authentic to what they stand for. Right? And, I think we're all, like, guilty of this to some extent or another. Maybe. And I don't want to be one of them. I want to be authentically, like, I don't want, and then people are going around like, you're showing your emotions. This dude's showing his emotions. This dude tapped in and raw and expressing himself saying a little too much. This guy's not a man. He has a lot to learn. And these same people are wearing the mask of, I'm a masculine leader. Follow me. Join my course. I want to say, if Regal Change watches this, I'm definitely not talking about him. I think he's somebody that he is very inspirational and elusive. I wanted to say that because for a second it sounded like I was like targeting him, but no, I'm talking about like people that are still like kind of have one foot in. They're still kind of lying to themselves, right? Regal Change, I like how, he sharpens me in a way to where there's like some maturity there that I really respect, that I can learn from, and his content's very valuable. Go check him out. And everyone's unique in their ways, but you can detect these things. You can see the ego. You can see the ego in my videos too, oftentimes. And like I said, I don't know, like, I don't think we can kill it completely. I think it's more about having control over that thing, having control over Satan trying to act out of pride, and having, growing into who you are, your personality, without being someone that is arrogant. But at the same time, I mean, more power to you, to the people who, don't give a crap. I desire to be, less of a people pleaser and to not give a crap what people think, So I don't know. I'm just spitballing my thoughts here, but this video is getting kind of long. I'm going to leave it at that, I think. Hopefully there was something valuable in this. It's leg day. Why did I even tell you that? It must have been the ego. Hey, don't you know I work out? I'm hitting legs today. All right. Have a beautiful day. Drink your water. Keep leaning on the Lord. And may He bring new blessings, new breakthroughs, new thoughts, and creative ideas into your mind on how we can please Him. May His will be done. All right. Stay tuned and God bless.